Hi, my name is Yanis Kralis and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Hyperscan. And today I'll show you how Hyperscan works very quickly. With Hyperscan, you can power search LinkedIn. That is, you can pull in your entire search results in from LinkedIn into Hyperscan, then set up your own custom yes or no questions, and then have an AI analyze the entire batch very quickly, saving you a lot of time instead of going through profiles manually. So here's a very quick example. Let's say we're looking for head of sales for a specific geography. I've taken Dublin. So we can start with the search on LinkedIn. I've done head of sales in Dublin, and I've gotten about 1,300 results. Now, what I can do now is pull in all of them into Hyperscan. So let's just pull in the first 500 that we can analyze. Click on import, and while that is happening, we will head over to the Hyperscan user panel, and I'll show you what I mean by any kind of questions. Now, let's say that the person I'm looking for is quite specific. Let's say I want somebody who has started their career in sales development, right? So cold outreach, somebody who knows that from ground up. Very difficult to do that on LinkedIn, but we can search for that on Hyperscan with a question like this. Has this person ever worked as a sales development representative? This will act as a proxy for what I want. I click on yes. We're looking for a yes on this answer to determine fit. And let's say this is a medium priority question. Now, as I'm sure you know, Google is based in Dublin, and there are a lot of Googlers there and other large multinational tech companies. And let's say I cannot, or there's for some reason, let's say I don't want those people because maybe they don't want to work for a smaller startup or something. Right? So we can ask a question like, are they working for a large multinational tech company? And select no as the desired answer. But let's put this as a low priority. And then finally, we could also do things like, maybe I don't want the person to be like a sales and marketing director, right? So we can do like, if it combines the role with any other function, let's mark that as a no fit and have that as a no. And finally, I do want people who have ever at least worked for some tech businesses. So I'll click on this as yes and do hi. You can enter any kind of questions yourself freely, or of course you can also browse our suggestions. We have a question bank where you can pick some things, just some ideas. So let's say I would like to prioritize ladies, women in this search. So let's try and have this, because this is a more of a diversity hiring question. And we'll give extra points to anybody who's female, at least who has a female name. Let's be very specific on that. And have that as a medium priority. Now let's head over to LinkedIn and see, okay, well, it's still importing. Let me reload the page. And all right, we can already see the first candidates come in. So for the purposes of the demo, what we can do, of course, is we can freely fine-tune these questions by taking a small subset. But what I will do is I will just scan 100 profiles so we see how Hyperscan works. Let's click on scan. Now every scan does cost some credits, and you can get credits based on your plan. And one profile scan one time costs 1 credit. So let's just confirm, and the AI will get to work. So what we'll do is, as you can see, we have already built the table, or at least the system has built the table. So we have these 5 questions, right? Sales dev, the multinational tech, this combination, experience in tech, and a female name. And what the AI will do now is take every single public profile of that person and analyze it and determine fit or no fit in each one of these categories. Now typically the scan takes about a minute or so. So I have, just to show you how long it takes, we're actually doing this in real time. In the meantime, I can tell you a bit about fine-tuning. So what fine-tuning does is it allows you to take the first 20 profiles and scan them for free 5 times. Because, as we know, sometimes the AI might interpret the question a bit differently. So that allows us to go back and change the question, fine-tune it actually. The other thing that can happen is we might discover a profile that seems to be a good fit by the 5 parameters we set up here, but is not a good fit for some other reasons. So that will allow us then to go back and add some additional criteria that would change the order of this profile, or where that is in the ranking. So yes, basically with fine-tuning up to 5 times, we can set up the search the way we want it to be. And while that is happening, we're still about a third in. We've actually tested, yes, scanning about 1,000 profiles takes about I would say 15 maybe minutes, maybe even faster. So that's really, you know, a lot of time savings compared to going through lots of profiles manually. One more thing, what the Hyperscan Pro plan does, it not just only takes the person's profile, but also all the associated company profiles on there, on LinkedIn. So for example, if you were to scan my profile, you would also get information about what Hyperscan is and what it does, everything that is on the page that we have for the business, which will allow us to have much more in-depth questions that we can ask to the AI. Now we're almost there. So you can see it's going pretty quickly with 100, and then we can start exploring the results. Yes, there we go, refresh. Let's load that page. And the results are in. There we go. Let's just wait until it loads. There we go. So everybody who we wanted to import is still imported, right? But we scanned the first 100. And now what we can do is, well, as you can see, they are ranked in the order of fit that we determined. And yes, we can click on any profile to see how the AI thinks about the question. For example, yes, so they've worked as a sales development manager. Great, that's the development role that we want. They're not currently working for a large multinational, but they have worked for tech companies. Soraya has a female name. So for example, we can determine very quickly what we're looking for. Of course, what we could do here, Erica, Sarah, this is exactly what I wanted, right? Like we basically have prioritized females. But there are several other ways we can work with the system. So for example, we could also enable specific fit or no fit criteria, right? So for example, if we want to start with just the female candidates, we could enable a filter fit and then go through this list first. Then we can relax that and then go through others as you see fit. And one final thing, let's say we have opened somebody's profile. First off, you can also give feedback. For example, if you really like how the AI reasons or answers a question, give us a thumbs up. If there's an occasional mistake, of course that does happen, give us a thumbs down, and our prompt engineers will fix that, or at least look into it and fix it as soon as we can. And then what we can do is we can select, like as a person, right, the fit for every profile. So now we've marked this profile as approved. We can go to the next one. Looks like, yes, well, maybe for some reason I see that Eric is not a fit. I can dismiss her. And every profile we have marked as approved, maybe, or dismissed will move into its separate, tab. And now, of course, once we go to approved, we can then export these profiles to then work with them in another system that you have, or you can just open the profiles, go to LinkedIn and continue work there. So what we've done is, we've asked very specific custom questions. We've determined the fit very quickly. We worked with the list in a very easy way. So Hyperscan basically saves you a lot of time on manual work there. Anyway, if you have any questions about that, reach out to me at Janis@hyperscan.co or .co. And of course, check out Hyperscan at hyperscan.co. Whenever you sign up, you will get some free credits to play around with, to experience the tool, and happy hyperscanning.